From your Chapter 11 folder, Chapter 1103, Adding Piping. From the project browser, make sure you have the view Piping Basement Modelling open. There are two options for placing piping. There are pipes and there are pipe placeholders. In this exercise we're going to examine the pipe placeholders in detail, but I do want to place two pipes, one a pipe placeholder and the other a pipe, so we can see the difference between the two of them. Click on the pipe placeholder. From your options bar, select a diameter, select an offset, let's say this is 2 meters, and from the properties palette, take a look at the pipe type, and let's go with a PVC solvent welded pipe. Create a pipe run. As you can see, the pipe placeholder has been automatically created in a blue colour. That's because the system type is domestic cold water. Now let's create another run, but this time we'll draw it as a pipe. We'll draw the same pipe type, the same diameter and offset. We'll even keep it as domestic cold water and draw that run alongside the one that we've just created and click on Modify. If we zoom into these two runs, we can immediately see a difference. Even though we're working at medium level of detail and there's only a single line shown, we can see a difference. The pipe run has fittings, while the pipe placeholder quite clearly doesn't. This makes the pipe placeholder incredibly flexible, especially when doing rough-in layouts to create initial pipe runs. If I keep my cursor over the top of one of the pipe placeholders and press Tab, and then select with my left mouse button, you can see that some grips appear where the pipes join. These grips allow me to manipulate the pipe run with considerable ease. Let's try that with a solid pipe. Hover over one of the pipes, press the Tab key and select, and you can see that I can select the entire run. But if I try and move one of the pipe fittings, I'm moving the entire run itself. Deselect the run and then try and change the actual layout of the pipe run. Now I'm changing the individual pipes, and I'm not really getting what I'm after. If I come back to the pipe placeholder and press Tab and select, notice how easy it is for me to change this run. It's a lot simpler. For conceptual design, this is a much better option. All the information about this pipe placeholder is exactly the same as the pipe. There are two major differences. One, if we go to fine level of detail, the pipe placeholder remains as a single line. It does not have any 3D geometry. We can still do interference checking with it though. It just doesn't have a physical size. The other main difference between these two is I cannot add insulation. Selecting the pipe, we can see on the ribbon, we have the Add Insulation tool. But selecting the pipe placeholder, we don't. Once we settle on our optimal pipe run, we can use the Convert Placeholder tool to convert the pipe into a three-dimensional pipe. This is a one-way conversion only. As with the piping tool, we can also place slope values against the pipe. Here we've got no slope, slope up, or slope down. Once we choose the slope option that we want, we can then assign a slope to the pipe. It's very easy to do this, but I do find that using the Show Slope tooltip gives you some really handy feedback information. Clicking on this, and when I click to start running the pipe, you can see on screen my start offset and my current offset as I'm creating the pipe. We can of course slope these pipes after creating them. So go back to the pipe placeholder tool, create another run without the slope, then use the Tab Select to select the pipe run and add a slope. Here we can specify the control point, whether it's at the start and slope value. Click on Finish and we'll see that the pipe is sloping.